This package arrived to me in mid-November 2024 after a long journey from the capital of Denmark. And yes, it's a horse. You can see a hoof sticking out here. This is a very special horse, packed in probably the worst way of all the packages I have ever received. It's interesting because, once again, this is not a Mattel horse. So, not a typical Barbie horse, but it's something beautiful. Oh my, her ear is sticking out. Oh dear. I'll try to unpack very carefully so as not to harm her. Not sure it will be easy. I just hope she hasn't been damaged during shipping because packaging like this offers zero protection. And here are her hoofs. Only one horseshoe survive. And wow, what a huge horseshoe it is. Well, she is big overall, bigger than the usual Barbie horses, but she's perfect for dolls. She has the proportions that the Barbie horse should have. So yes, you're hearing it right. She's a mare, and she's going to stay a mare. Isn't she gorgeous? She's absolutely stunning. Here is Skye. Oh, and the saddle. Her tail is dull, and the base is painted with some kind of paint or crayons. Her hair is tied up. I only hope it's alright. The decoration is permanently attached to the bridle. This is Skye from the Saddle Stars series by Blip Toys. She's a horse I fell in love with at first sight. I first saw her on Instagram in some kind of Barbie beach photoshoot. I immediately wanted her, though I had no idea what kind of horse she was. I told myself I would take her in any condition, just so she could join my collection. And well, as you can see, she is in used condition, slightly incomplete. She has a print on her belly with information about the importer in Denmark. She also has the manufacturer's signature on the inside of her thigh, just like Barbie horses. She was made in China. Overall, she's not in bad condition. She has one scratch here, probably from the saddle. As I mentioned, the tail base is painted, as is the surrounding area, but I hope that will come off. She has the sweetest muzzle. She has dark brown eyelids and black eyes without painted highlights. However, the eyes are glossy, so the shine appears naturally from the light. I will take off the bridle. Now, I like to remove the rubber bands and see what her mane looks like. Originally, her mane is super long. How many rubber bands are here? Attention, I removed 2 bands. Let's keep counting. Third. This one goes straight to the trash. That was the 4th. 5th. Look at this. I'm scared to even touch it. I think the black one is next. Oh, poor girl. What have they done to you? So many bands? The rubber bands are starting to tangle with the hair, and that's dangerous. And here is another elastic. Okay, but the mane looks to be its original length. The question is whether it will survive detangling. This is truly the Rapunzel of horses. That red band was the 6th. Another band, the 7th. I really hope I will manage to comb out this hair, because to the touch it's very dull. I don't know if I am using the right one. Well, it feels like felt. Band number 8. Band number 8. Here's another elastic, so that's the 9th. Well, this strand looks quite nice, though it's curly, but the hair even shines a little and it even feels nice to the touch. But this scares me a bit and it's not okay. The band from the tail fell apart on its own. Stretch out, the mane is actually longer than her legs. And here's another elastic. She's so pretty. Oh, how I like her. And that muzzle. Let's look at the saddle. It has a clasp, because I was afraid something was broken. The ties and back are missing. And the bridle, it's got a decoration shaped like a flower with fabric petals. So final count on the bands. 1 went straight in the trash. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my gosh, 10 bands. Unbelievable.
10 bands.
That's unreal.
I remove the horseshoe and Skye goes into the water with detergent. She's not terribly dirty, but she has a few spots. I need to dust her off, and the hair requires the most attention. Skye's hooves are molded in colored plastic, so there's no worry about paint rubbing off. There are still some bands in the hair. This one came off easily. And this one I have to cut to avoid damaging the hair. As you can see, I am not detangling the hair yet, just washing it properly. So far her hair isn't encouraging, there will be a lot of work. I think that's enough of a bath. Time for the saddle and bridle. Now rinsing. And finally, soak in fabric softener. Time for the 2 worst steps. The first is detangling. I apply conditioner to the mane. I think I'll start combing from the tail, so conditioner apply. I start from the ends with a metal pet comb. Looks like I can undo the braid. Well, yes, look at that, I got it. Now I can comb peacefully. This is a good moment to tell Skye's story. The company that created Skye is Blip Toys. The company was founded in 2000 in Plymouth, Minnesota. Unfortunately, I don't recall any other toy lines from this company, but they produce dolls, plushes, collectibles, mechanical toys, action figures, outdoor toys, games and more. Their brands include Squinkies, Gigabots, Ziplinix and Animal Planet toys. Toys. Skye comes from the saddle Stars 9, which likely appeared in 2017 and unfortunately no longer exists. The line was aimed at girls who loved horses. Skye was the first horse in this brand, released in 2017. The Saddle Stars brand had its own website, which is also gone now, but there is still an Instagram profile. The second and last horse in this series was Pixie, who appeared a year later. Both horses used the same mold, but differed in color and accessories. The boxes were designed so that the front part could be opened and closed with Velcro. Behind the flap was a window showing the horse and her accessories. The box contained lots of information about the mare. In the About Me section, we learned that Skye was born on November 9, 2008. Lives in Tucson, Arizona. Her favorite dish is sage salad. And so far that seems fine. But then we are told her hobbies are stargazing, trail rides, okay, still acceptable, but the last one is painting. Do you know the horse that paints? Finally, we learn her favorite quote. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. At this point, the description sounds more like My Little Pony than a riding horse. I don't know, it just doesn't fit for me. Additionally, Skye keeps a journal. Do you know a horse that writes journal? Where she writes about herself and her friends from Saddle Stars. You can tell the plan was for more horses, but something went wrong and it ended with one mold and two models. From the journal we learned that Skye is always seeking a new adventure, whether it's finding a new desert hideout, filling a new page in her journal, or a long gallop with the hot Arizona wind in her hair. Skye also writes that her friends joke there's something wild in her, because you never know where her adventures will take her. And she admits it's true, because she loves nature. Her friends know she's a true loyal companion they can always rely on. Spending time with the Saddle Stars friends is one of the best ways to come up with new ideas and expand creativity. Apart from exploring the world, Skye always seeks new paths for creativity. Painting and journaling, she tells that they are her favorite pastimes, but she loves trying new things also. Recently, she learned how to use a telescope and stargaze. That's completely crazy. This entry ends with two questions. What do you think? Well, I think it's crazy. Do you want to discover the world and your abilities with her? I don't know. These horses were surrounded by a motivational, inspirational aura, encouraging action and creativity. On the back of the box we see slogans: free spirit, creative, caring. I understand the idea was not only to inspire kids to play, but also to broaden horizons and skills. The quote is really nice and fits perfectly into my collection because whenever I look at the model, I think, oh, it would be very nice to have it. But I know it's unlikely. Then, somehow, that horse ends up in my hands. Skye was just like that. Inside the box, besides her, there was a unique bracelet for the little owner. Mattel also used this idea with one of their dolls, often adding gadgets for kids rather than the dolls themselves. Then we have accessories for Skye, 2 sets of horseshoes, a brush, a bag to attach to the saddle, 3 decorative hair clips. The horse comes with a saddle and bridle with reins, and a 4th clip in her mane. This is how her hair looked after brushing. The fallout wasn't too bad. From the top, it looked quite good, but from another angle, the situation wasn't so sweet. Brushing, I had to wash the hair again to remove excess conditioner, and then came straightening. Brushed and straightened. Here is how she looked. Now for the missing accessories. First, I will add the missing saddle ties. They should be dangling here. I will use yellow cord. I don't have anything more brown, but I think it will do. If I ever find a brown one, I can easily replace it. That should be enough, accounting for securing them. I cut 2 equal lengths. I fold the tie in half, thread it through the saddle hole from above and pull the ends through the loop. That's all. Same on the other side. And done. Now for the saddle pad. I decided to make it double-sided using 2 fabrics. The red one matches the burgundy saddle elements nicely. I will make the underside from brown fabric and the top from red. Skye's saddle doesn't sit her at all. It is too big and it doesn't fit. In my opinion, the blanket shouldn't extend beyond the saddle skirt. It should be even with it and only peak slightly at the sides and the bottom. Okay, I know how it should look. I will start with a paper pattern. I place the saddle and sketch. Fold the paper in half and cut the shape. Check the fit. Small adjustments. Better, check again under the saddle. Looks exactly as I planned. Now for the fabric cutouts. First the brown fabric, tracing with seam allowance. And this is how not to cut, without pins and stabilizing the fabric. Now the red fabric, using the brown piece as a template. And you can see now how it shifts. A few pins would have solved it. Cutouts ready. I will sew them off camera. Now for decorations. I picked a polymer clay in color for leaves. It's stiff, so I need to knit it. Now pliable. I have a reference photo. I divided it into smaller bits for individual leaves. Made a rosette of leaves, adding details with a needle. Almost done, just need holes like a button, so I can attach petals later. And it's ready to bake. I'll make a second one the same way. Not sure why I only made 2, should have been 3. After baking, time to varnish. leaves are ready. Now the petals. I will make them using bright red ribbon, folding it to double petal length. Cutting. Fold again. Trim into oval shape. Each piece makes 2 petals. Then seal the edges by carefully singeing with a lighter. It's easy to burn, so I do it very carefully. But cutting all at once gave uneven petals, so I tried a different way. Here are my petals. Now to sew them into flowers, not glue. Fold, stitch with needle and thread. I tried to stitch them into a fluffy flower. Looks good. Time to attach for the leaves. I made holes in the leaves, like buttonholes, so I stitched the flower to them. No, not in the plan. Quick fix with super glue.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I cut the thread. One decoration is nearly done. Now the second flower. This one worked without accidents. Tie the thread, cut, and it's done. Decoration finished. Finally, I glue clips to both. Quick before and after comparisons. And here is restored Skye. How does Skye compare to Barbie horses? Let's look first at the video comparison with the most popular Barbie horse mold, Prancer. My model is a mare named Elsa. I will introduce her in detail in a future video. Suffice it to say she is an original Mattel horse but unique worldwide because no other horse with her exact set exists. Comparison in the grass isn't very accurate. Here is Skye with a Barbie doll, definitely more to scale than Barbie's own horses. Here's Skye next to Champion. Here with a standard Barbie and a skipper type doll. You can see Champion fits the smaller doll better. Same with the Prancer mold. And here again Elsa. That's all for now. I hope I managed to give you a thorough presentation of this special horse. There's no denying Skye is an exceptional specimen. As always, thank you for watching till the end, for all likes and comments. More about my collection on my blog. If you haven't joined yet my YouTube subscribers, I recommend it because surely another video about another interesting steed will appear soon.